John DeSando.
Classics, let's go to the movies and share some popcorn, soda pop with our friends. Turn off our cell phones and get away. Night or day, it's John DeSando on the radio.
Cinema Classics is produced and hosted by John DeSando. Listen to shows Thursday at 8:01 p.m. on WCBE 90.5 FM. And listen to shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando.
And I'm Kevin Carr.
And this is Cinema Classics.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once you have two of the same film,
Is it a classic?
it might be becoming a classic. But certainly not that many. We'll talk a little bit in our podcast about accountant movies. But, there's certainly not that many out there, much less thrillers.
Yeah.
So we have The Accountant 2.
The Accountant
Pretty
2.
much dominated by Ben Affleck. Yeah, he produces
Well,
it.
and John Bernthal too. I mean, he really steps up in that.
Yeah. But Ben Affleck is
Ben Affleck, look at you. You just shipped his own name.
I did. So Affleck is really the moving force from the beginning.
Yeah.
And he was to me, when he did The Accountant, it was a bit of a surprise to me because I thought there might have been a little bit of emotion, but yet it's made for him because he doesn't know how to display emotion.
Well, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I think Ben Affleck is one of those people who is constantly underestimated.
Yes.
I mean, let's face it, he is a doggone good director. He really is a good
Well,
director.
he won the Oscar.
Yeah, and well, I don't think he's ever won for directing. I mean, Argo won Best Picture.
They won Argo,
but he didn't win. He's not one for that. But like, he's a very good writer.
That little heist movie he had a while ago set in Boston.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. I mean, and so he's written some great stuff. He's directed some great stuff. And honestly, as an actor, I think he's got some chops that people discount. Kind of like. I would say something like Keanu Reeves. When you give Keanu Reeves a chance to actually
a good example.
He can.
Yeah, it's great. So this is The Accountant 2.
Yes.
And we have him not doing so much nerdy stuff with tax forms.
No. Although I think they did miss the mark. They should have done The Accountant 2, The Audit, or something like that.
Because, and there's a little bit more of his autism in this. I thought the one part
there was a lot in the first one too, yeah.
Yeah, there was. And in this one, where he starts spitting out that mathematical stuff, is really impressive.
Yeah.
Because autistically, that's all he can do. He's straight on the topic.
Well, yeah. I mean, autism is so. There's a lot for as much awareness of what autism is.
Right.
There's a lot of people who have no idea what autism is.
It's a very flexible term.
Yeah, and when they show it in movies, they do treat it as that autism as a superpower.
Yeah.
Instead of these people with autism are just they're just people, and not all of them are geniuses. They're just people with idiosyncrasies.
Well, what I love, I think is thrilling, is when he looks at the board with all the photos and starts putting it all together.
Yeah.
You know how they're typical. They're looking at mass murderers or whatever they're looking at.
Yeah.
They've got all the stuff on the boards and they're trying to figure out the patterns. And he looks at it and his mind just starts putting that all together.
Well,
I mean, it's great. That his superpower in a sense.
Well, yeah, and it's more like when, and I'm not going to put myself out there as an expert in autism, but the people I know with autism who have it, presented quite strongly, they can tend to they categorize stuff the way they want to, and they kind of have their own like rigid rules that don't always fit with the regular non-neurodivergent people that they're dealing with. So,
sure, yeah.
And that's kind of what they're showing here. And it's a challenge because it's not that autism means you don't have emotion. It's just you process it differently.
Sure you do.
And I think they did
limited. It's limited. Your emotions.
No,
right?
I mean there's some. I mean I know autistic people have deep, strong emotions. It's just presenting it in the comfort level. And I think they did a little bit of that. They're showing that he does have that. It's just how he presents it.
Well, I think the operating energy in this film comes from his relationship with his brother.
Yeah. Well, that's what they leaned into. I mean, in the first movie, John Bernthal just kind of shows up as a gotcha type.
Yeah,
It's a spoiler, but we're in the second movie, so
that's right.
you
Yeah,
gotta know at this
yeah,
point.
yeah.
But yeah, it really becomes more about the two of them.
And I think it's great. I just enjoy their relationship together. And I did see more of the emotion that you're talking about because Affleck's character, Christian is his name appropriately.
One of them at least.
Yeah, you know, he had left his brother. I mean,
Yeah.
he had told him he'd contact him after the first, and he hadn't. It's been years,
Yeah,
and so he's back again.
yeah,
And so Barenthal's character, called Braxton,
yeah.
so Brax is, and he's a sociopath himself.
Yeah, he has his issues. He channels it well.
He does.
But the thing is, what's funny, generally in a movie, like an action movie like this, I get annoyed when they sort of take a side quest and just sort of fill out the characters, but it's not doing anything for the overall story.
That's right.
I was okay with that in these moments here, because I thought the two of them had fantastic chemistry,
Yes.
and and Affleck's presence softened Barenthal's general sort of, he's very abrasive.
Yes, right.
And it really kind of, I like those moments, which is
Yeah.
normally I don't like those in a movie.
Because it's not a movie where we could give the plot a straight analysis. I can't.
Gun to the head, I don't know if I could. They're
Yeah.
just trying to track down these human traffickers.
That's right. Yeah. They're taking undocumented
Yeah.
immigrants, and they're making money on it somehow.
Yeah, well, it's the whole sort of, there's this new boogeyman, cartels, and I'm not saying, I mean, cartels exist and human traffickers exist, but that's become the big boogeyman in
It
movies
has.
now. Because it happened with the Jason Statham movie
Oh,
earlier
yeah.
this year. It's like always now human
And
traffickers.
Angel did with The Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's been a popular topic.
Yeah, it tends to, because nobody is there like going, hey, like these human traffickers ain't that bad. No one's saying that. They're like, these are bad people, and so when you have somebody go on a rampage against them, doing it very John Wick style in this.
Yes, right. Yeah, there's quite a bit of violence in this.
There's a lot of violence in this, yeah. Well, I mean, the original was, it's been, it's been like 9 years since that came out or something.
Yeah.
But I remember when the first one came out, it had the action to it, but it was a little more of a slow burn heist style.
Yes,
movie.
right.
This one is more of them leaning into the John Wick, coming for revenge type movie.
So what would make somebody come to see this movie? Somebody who doesn't know movies as well as you and I do. Why would they want to come to this movie?
That's a fun action movie. That's, I think, really what it is. At its heart, it's an action movie. And it doesn't, one of the things that's hard with some of these movies is they take themselves too seriously.
Right.
And this one, I mean, does in some moments, but not in others. And it's absurd and silly. And you can tell as you compare it to the first one that it's kind of spinning out of control. The way like a Fast and Furious movie started out as them boosting VCRs, and now they're jumping over submarines with Maseratis.
Oh yeah. They're the shootout, which
Yeah.
is standard.
Yeah.
Pretty blazing shootout and improbable.
Oh, ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, and the other thing is this movie cost twice as much as the last one.
Ooh.
So that's, I think, where the action sequences
Yeah.
certainly ratcheted up.
Yeah. What is believable about Affleck's?
Oh, about Affleck's performance?
Yeah. I mean, I'm so interested in this movie because of Affleck.
Yeah.
I think he's really trying to let us consider him to be a very serious filmmaker, as you opened up with, and I think
Yeah.
rightfully so. He's very underestimated.
Yeah.
So here is one where you can estimate him and say, all right, he's not just some Dumbo who marries J, whatever her name is.
Well,
Jennifer Lopez twice, J-Lo twice. His private life kind of skewers his professionalism.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I think, like I said, I think he's got some acting chops behind him.
Right.
And it gives him a chance to show a little bit of depth. It's not a lot of depth necessarily, but it is a spotlight on him, and I think he holds his own.
Yeah.
And when and his relationship with Barenthal,
Yes.
on and off camera, between the two of them in the chemistry, Barenthal gives him enough, because he's a great actor in his own right as well.
Why is he good?
And he will draw the emotion out of Affleck and let Affleck play reserve, and then the two of them can have some real sparks there.
Yeah, so they're going after the bad boys.
Oh, yeah.
And they team up I think it's a really good, I liken it sometimes to Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, although there's not as much humor as there is in Butch, but there is, I think you make that point.
Yeah.
There is more humor in this than there was in the last one.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and so,
Noticeably missing is Anna Kendrick,
oh,
who was
yes.
in the first one. She supposedly, they're trying to do a third with her.
Oh, they
And,
are,
yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know why whether they wrote her out or it's been a while since I've seen. I did not go do homework and rewatch the first one.
Oh, gosh. Which we should do, and I can't either, I don't. And then Anna Kendrick has a movie coming out.
She got a bunch coming
Another
out.
simple, what's it?
Another Simple Favor, which
Yes,
is
right, with Blake Lively.
again on through Amazon, but the new Simple Favors on Prime. Accountant 2's in theaters.
Okay, and I just returned from the Amalfi Coast and Capri, so I'm anxious to see it,
Okay.
to see a Simple Plan, because that's where it's set.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, we're talking about,
A Simple Favor.
right,
A Simple Plan was the Sam Raimi movie with the high
which is a very good one.
That's a fantastic.
Very good, thanks for correcting that. These people, I might have cut it out, but on the video, I don't cut that much out. All right, so Kevin Carr, what do you recommend our audience about this new film, The Accountant 2?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of good stuff in theaters, and there's a lot of movies doing well. And The Accountant 2 is kind of under a lot of them, but it's still worth seeing. I enjoyed it.
Yes,
But don't go in expecting reality.
No.
I'm John DeSando.
Classics, let's go to the movies and share some popcorn, soda pop with our friends. Turn off our cell phones and get away. Night or day, it's John DeSando on the radio. We'll watch the credits from up high.